There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, so as I was saying, you wouldn't have heard what I was saying because I was muted. So I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like semi-competitively. And I remember when MVC3 came out and people were like, oh, you should play Ace Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, alright. So I guess that kind of encouraged this. Um, but yeah, let's jump into it. I have never played this. I know very little about it. I just know that he's a lawyer in court and he can do things like object to things and stuff like that. And that's actually what I do. I'm a court lawyer myself, and I go to court and I run cases and I object to what the other side's saying and I persuade the judge about things. So let's see how this goes. Episode 1, the first turnabout. I should just very quickly edit the stream information so I'm not appearing on Ori and the Blind Forest anymore. So Phoenix, right, Ace Attorney. Okay, so let's, I think that's right. Phoenix, right, Ace Attorney, yeah, that looks right. I'm pretty sure we've got the right one selected, and we'll make it real lawyer playing this game for the first time. Okay, done. Done. Let's hop into it. Nice, I'm looking for a diverse force attorney in South Jersey right now. Well, I can't help you there, because I'm in Perth, Australia. I also don't do family law, divorce law. I help people that have been ripped off get their money back. That's my thing. But good luck finding one. Yeah, family law is rough. Family law is a rough area. It's very emotional. You know, people fighting over custody, over kids and all that sort of stuff. I can't handle that. It's too emotional. No, what I do is people that have been ripped off trying to get their money back. Them I like to help. And every now and then I seem to represent a car dealer that sold a dud car to someone and is trying to get out of replacing it. Every now and then I have to help them as well, because something's got to pay the bills. But but yeah, it's a fun job to have, actually, because I make a real difference in people's lives, and I really like that. I'd like to make a difference. It's cool. It's you know, I've had cases where like just recently, a dude hired a motorbike and came off his bike in an accident, and the motorbike rental company tried to sue him for tens of thousands of dollars for damaging the bike. And our defense was, of course, well, no, I've paid the insurance waiver. You know, I paid the extra amount so that I don't have to pay this sort of thing. And they went after him anyway, and I beat them. Or a dude where, what else? You know, people that are losing their homes because unscrupulous lenders have done things that they shouldn't have done. Or, you know, an old man that, you know, owns a farm and had the shit beaten out of him by his son, and the son's trying to sell his farm. Or a widow, another one, a widow of someone that's died and who, you know, owned a property, or had an interest in a farm, and the old man, so that the father of the deceased person's trying to sell the farm and leave this widow with nothing. So yeah, really interesting cases, and yeah, so it's a really rewarding job, sort of making a real difference in these people's lives. I really do like it. So yeah, it's fun. Play the first turnabout. What happens if you go no? I mean, I'm half tempted to go no just to see what happens. It's like, why is this a question? So yeah, so that's what I do, and I really enjoy it. Like, I've worked in other places before. I've worked in big firms, I've worked in small firms, but this is my favorite because you really make a difference with people's lives. Also, okay, there's a criminal case. Someone's been bashed over the head with a statue. Okay, got it. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Oh, what? I've got to find someone to pin this on. Oh my god, what? Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Okay. Okay, so we're representing someone that's gotten framed. Or at least that's his story anyway. August 3, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. What, am I a police prosecutor? Maybe? No. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. You probably shouldn't. If you're new to being a lawyer, you probably shouldn't take on a murder trial. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Oh. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Why are you having this conversation? A favor? You mean that you knew the defendant before this case? What are you doing? No! You've got a conflict, yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. What? Why? Okay, is she the prosecutor? He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Probably shouldn't be telling her that. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. So what are my options here? I can save. I've got sort of volume things, text things, adjust text box transparency. Okay. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. This is so bad. This is like, this lawyer has a full-on conflict of interest here. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. What? Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Oh my god. It's so bad. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. What? Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, sigh. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. What the What is with this dude? Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What on earth? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. What? I'm finished. Finished. What? I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Oh, so it was his girlfriend that got murdered. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. So, some of them are different colours. It's like... But I can't change the options or anything. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Your case is a case of murder. That's not simple. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. You should not be on this case, Phoenix. You have a severe conflict of interest. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh my god. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's really not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. Let me get rid of this ad. Why are there ads trying to roll? Go away. That, and I know him one, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. Okay. Oh, sorry, clicked outside the screen. Not allowed to do that. And that's just what I'm going to do. Okay, clearing his name. Let's go. August 3. So same day, a little bit later, District Court, Courtroom 2. Court's now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Prosecution is ready, Your Honour. So who was that chick that he was talking to before? The defense is ready, Your Honour. What the hell? Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? No, this is not, that would never happen. Not in Australia. A judge isn't going to be like, oh, is this your first trial, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour, I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. What the hell? Murder is a serious trial. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. What is this? Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. This is so bad. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It's Larry Butts. The defendant. Well, he's not even a defendant. He's an accused, actually. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. God, imagine if during my first trial the judge had been like, oh, let's do a little test. What's the name of your client? This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait, uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. I actually don't know who it is. Phoenix, you absolutely sure you're up to this? Who is this person? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Oh, of course. I know the victim's name. I just forgot it temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. The victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check at any time. Tab? Oh shit. Okay, I'm using the keyboard. Cindy? Her name is Cindy. Attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Why is there a badge? Time of death. Oh, poor thing. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Can I open it? No. Apparently I cannot open it. Press tab. Is there a different button on this that is tab? There we go. Oh, hello. Okay, so right trigger is tab. Cindy Stone, victim in the case. Model, she lived in an apartment by herself. Winston Payne, prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. I've actually come across people like that. Oh dear. Alright, if I don't let this ad run, it's just going to keep plaguing me. So let's just run this stupid ad. Actually, yeah. I don't know, do I run an ad? No. Let's hold off. Let's hold off running the ad. It'll be fine. 2 more minutes before the ad plays. Okay. What is this? Okay. Alright. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. I just did. It's right. Who is the victim in this case? It's Cindy Stone. There. Victim's name is Cindy Stone. Yes. Okay. We're half competent. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? It was blunt trauma to the head. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. So for those joining the stream, I am a lawyer. I am a court lawyer. Like, I don't mean Phoenix Wright. I mean, I personally am a court lawyer. And I'm playing this game for the first time because people have said, hey, you should play this, given you're a lawyer and stuff. So I do this. I go to court. I do this sort of thing. I'm not a criminal lawyer. I'm a commercial litigator. So I help people that have been ripped off get their money back. But I do. I go to court. I present cases. I object to evidence that's led against court rules. I do all that sort of stuff. Never seen a court judge give me a pop quiz, though. This is new. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Yep. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. This is true. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Prosecution calls defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. What? No. That's not how a trial works. Okay, is there an objection button to this shit? You can't call the defendant. You can't call the accused. Okay. Chief, what do I do now? What? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. I want to object. The accused It does not get called by the prosecution. That's not how a criminal case works. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. I mean, given how crazy my client is, he probably shouldn't be giving evidence. My crazy client should just be sitting on his butt, and you let the prosecution call their witnesses, let them close their case, and then if they don't have enough with that to prove beyond reasonable doubt that your client did it, you don't call the accused as a witness. You just let him sit it out and say, look, the prosecution hasn't proven their case. Go away. This is so bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts. Is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Let's run this stupid ad. It's not going to leave me alone. Run ad. No, it won't let me run the ad. Okay, because the ad's running. That's why. Okay. Sorry, folks, if you've got ads. Alright, hopefully the ads are done. Okay. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyway? This guy's crazy. Miss Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you. They were seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Oh, jeez, lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Okay. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Okay. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Oh my god. Sugar daddies? Sugar. What? This is so bad. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. I mean, good for some, right? Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Mrs. Stone was. Excuse me? Again, where's the object button? There needs to be an object button to this thing. Hang on. Where are the controls? Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? None of this is relevant. Right, I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Well, yes, you should object. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. No, that question is irrelevant to this case. Yes, thank you. Object. Oof, wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating shit, oh my god. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. My god. This is so not going. This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Yeah, well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. He went, "What do I do?" How do you not know this before doing the trial? He has to answer honestly. You can't stop him from answering. It's not an objectionable question. I know, I'll send him a sick. No, you don't send. What are you doing? Tell the truth. What the fuck? Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. What? You can't... That's not something you can object to. You can object to questions. Lying. The prosecution would like to call a witness so you can prove Mr. Butts is lying. This is so bad. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. This is probably the murderer. Although maybe not, because he was around the place. Order in the court, Mr. Payne. Prosecution may call its witness. So bad. Yes, Your Honor, this is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Isn't that the murderer? Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. This guy is dodgy as fuck. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Okay. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. What do you mean it wasn't working? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Remember the time exactly, it was 1 PM. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working, Your Honor? At the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. This is true. The phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity in Ms. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 PM on the day of the crime. Okay, this isn't looking good for our friend Larry Butts. Now, Mr. Wright, yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Right, this is it. Real deal. Who is this person just standing there, by the way? Why you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave? Lies? What? He was lying? Oh! Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. I mean, what have we got? Time of death, 4 PM to 5 PM. Well, if the dude made the call at 1 o'clock... The dude just said he made the call at 1 o'clock, but yet the death was at between 4 and 5, so that's got to be wrong. But just because he's wrong doesn't mean he's lying necessarily. It could just be that he's mistaken, although you'd think that there's a big difference between 1 PM and 4 PM. Also, where'd the statue come from? There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Absolutely there is. Find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Open the court record with tab, point out contradictions in the testimony. Well, yes, it's the time. I was going door to door selling prescriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright, found myself unable to go inside, blah 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 blah, yes. Well, it's the this thing here. It's the time of death is 4 o'clock, not 1 o'clock. Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Remember the time exactly, it was 1 PM. See, that's the bit. But how do I do something with this? You found the body at 1 PM. You're sure? Why is this an objection? It's just a question. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Oh, this is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sarwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM? Gee, that's a really good question. What's he gonna do? Be like, oh, sorry, I did it. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Okay, let's see how this goes then. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Well, it can't be. Hang on. Because there was power out. But I don't know how to actually... Okay, it's not going to actually let me object right now. I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Sure, except there was a power out. I see, you heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. This is so bad. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. The television during a blackout. Hold it right there. Prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! This is so bad. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sarwit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah! Well, wait, I remember now. Mr. Sarwit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. But my apologies, Your Honour. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sarwit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Witness testimony, hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Well, you didn't mention it before. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. What? What, you're saying the murder weapon was the clock? You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness, gladly. What? He's saying that the murder weapon was a clock. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? No. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. No. The killer used a statue. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sowit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. What? The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. What? As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. What? So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. But he said he heard it, not that he saw it. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. What? Yes. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. That makes sense. If he heard something saying the time, and if the statue says the time, intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. Why would it say it's 1 o'clock though? That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. So the murder happened at 1 o'clock. But the... hang on. But the autopsy said it happened at 4. This is all baseless conjecture. It's also wrong. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I mean, I saw it. No. Gwah! He just rips off his hair. Shut up, shut up, shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death. What the hell? What is this? Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment please. There is no shred of evidence supporting the defence's claims. Mr. Wright, there's no evidence supporting the prosecution's claims. I don't need to show that this dude did it. I just need to show that his testimony is wrong in placing my client at the scene. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Well, no, I don't need to prove that. Your Honor, so Mr. Sowit was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... try sounding the clock, I guess. I mean, this is bad, but... let's sound the clock here. Now, here in this court, Your Honor. God, this is a bit of a risk. May I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beat. I think it's 8:25. Certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Oh, it's 3 hours behind. Ack. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Sowit heard and the actual time of death. That's actually pretty strong evidence. So, Mr. Sowit, try to talk you out of this one. This is kind of funny. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? What? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. I think... no. What? This is rubbish. Damn it, I was so close, Mr. Wright. It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. What? Yes, Your Honour. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. You don't need to indict the witness. All we need to show is that my guy didn't do it. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. Your lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. What do you mean? Sorry, Larry, I failed you. What? There's nothing I can do about it now. What? What are you talking about? Not so fast, Mr. Sowit. Yeah, I mean, Chief. Listen up, Mr. Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Why do you have to? That doesn't mean you can't still try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Well, probably because it was used to hit someone in the head. Because she was in Paris with the clock. Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Because she was in Paris with the clock. Wait, maybe I can prove it. Must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it, let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Yeah, the passport. Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. It's the passport. Because she was... Take that. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, that time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. It's proof enough for you, Mr. Sowit. Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Ooh. He's frothing at the mouth. He's full on passed out. This game is crazy. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honour. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour. I have to say, I'm impressed. You don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Exactly, that's why it wasn't necessary. At this point, only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts. I think it's more than a formality. Not guilty. Oh, that's funny. It's so bad. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Sowit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sweat grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Oh, that's kind of sad. August 3, 2:32 p.m. District Court. Okay, so this is the afternoon after we've won our case. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. No, not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. Never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. You're supposed to be Harry. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait, no. What? Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. That does kind of suck. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Dude! Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see that. Isn't his name Larry? Harry Butt's innocent. I thought his name was Larry. I mean, was that a moment where I could have interjected and said something different? I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. He's got the statue. What? A present for me. He's got the murder weapon. Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Oh. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Like, she carried around your statue thing. No, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? No. What? I mean, there's the statue, obviously. I mean, she wouldn't have had it. No, I got nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Something that proves how she felt about him. Uh-huh, oh yeah. Right. I mean, there's the statue. What the heck is she talking about? Well, it's the statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you won't just jump to her. What about that clock? So, do the colours indicate that you've got an opportunity to do something? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travelled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. Oh. Well, make of it what you will. Hey Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am, thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Okay. Right, I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. This is bizarre. Right, listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? Alright. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Oh, speaking of Harry, his name's Larry. Larry. His name is Larry. Saying part of why you became a lawyer is because of him. Yeah. Part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. Am I gonna be in trouble because I didn't correct her? And so my first trial came to a close. Like, am I in trouble for not correcting her about his name? Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Oh my god. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh no. Oh my god. Foreshadowing. That's actually kind of cool. The end. Okay, that was actually kind of cool. It was ridiculous, but I didn't mind it. Okay. Saving content. Save your progress. Yes. Okay. But yeah, probably should have corrected her about dude's name. I should probably turn it off as well. Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Isn't it Mia? Yeah, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. Why is the spelling every now and then just so off? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. No, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. Alright, this is something that I'm going to do next time, I think. Folks, it's been fun. It's been interesting. If you want to see more of this, let me know. Because that was kind of okay. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of okay. Folks, have a lovely day. I'm off to go and do some tutoring. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.